Hey guys, so I have some exciting stuff today. I've been getting questions about these since they first announced that they were coming out. Well, actually Kat Von D posted a picture on her Instagram, and then I started getting questions if I knew anything about it, when I was going to review it. I don't get Kat Von D stuff early. I've been asked that before actually, and I would love to get Kat Von D stuff in advance to review for you guys. Kat, if you're ever watching this, I would totally be that person for you. But as far as I know, her brand doesn't really... I've never seen the Kat Von D brand send out stuff in advance to review for people. But since I always review Kat Von D stuff, I've been getting questions about these, her two new palettes. They finally came out on the Sephora website. First of all, they're giant. They're way bigger than any of her other palettes, which has kind of given me anxiety about how I'm going to store them, because at first, for a while, they were all the same size, and then they started putting them in the metal containers like this, and then the Esperanza one that just came out was a totally different shape and size because it's a little cardboard square one. And I've just kind of it's been chilling next to the other ones. But for size comparison, this is the Ladybird palette, so it's one of the middle ones, and this is the Monarch palette. So as you can see, it's quite a great deal bigger, but for good reason, because there's for good reason, because there's more shadows in here than there normally are. So put that one back. I was going... If I can get my camera straight here, let's see. I was going to do these in two separate videos, but I figured I would just bundle them into one. The orange, more neutral palette is called the Monarch palette, and it looks like this. They both have butterflies on them, but this one is more orangey, bronze toned, and then the back of it has all the names of the colors. And the box that they came in is the same exact thing, so it looks exactly the same as the packaging itself. These are also cardboard like the Esperanza palette. I figured that when the Esperanza palette came out, they were going to go in this direction with the packaging. So it's like a sturdy, heavy-duty cardboard, and it is magnetic, so kind of like similar to the First Naked palette, pretty much. So on the inside there is a decent sized mirror, and it has like the, if you can see around it, the filigree kind of design. And then with these palettes you get 3 base shades across the top, which are bigger, and they're meant to be used all over your lid, or you can use it however you want. And then you get 9 eyeshadow shades, as opposed to her her regular palettes usually have 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, her regular eyeshadow palettes usually have 8 shades, so you're getting 12 shades altogether, if I can count. I want to quit whacking the camera here. Okay, so the one I'm going to go over first is Monarch, like I said. So your 3 base shades across the top you have, and I'm hoping I go the right way, because I don't know, I'm thinking that it goes... I'm gonna go with the layout they have on the back of the palette. So you have Entomology, which is a matte light cream. You have Telepathy, which is kind of a light metallic taupe color. And then you have Tiny Death, which is a matte cream, kind of a medium cream color, and it has gold glitter in it. Well, silver glitter in it. I don't know if the glitter is going to show up or not. So I'm going to swatch the 3 of those for you real fast. I'm going to have swatch pictures so you can see as well. So this is Entomology. This is the matte cream. I don't have a base or anything on my hand. I usually swatch shadows without a base so you can see their true potential, I guess. Because if they're awesome with no base, then you know they're even better with a base. So that's what that one looks like. very pigmented. Then Telepathy, which is, like I said, a metallic taupe, light taupe. It's on the lighter side. And this is super pigmented. Like, that's just one light swipe. Tiny Death, which is another cream. It's a little bit deeper than the Entomology color, and it's got that silver glitter in it, which you can probably see better once it's swatched. I don't know, that one's pretty close to my skin tone, so it doesn't show up much, and it's a little bit patchy. So out of those three base colors, I think the Telepathy one is the prettiest, or my favorite out of the three. So like I said, those are base colors that you can use all over your lid. So then the smaller shadows, which are regular size, I'm going to swatch them in sets of 3 because there's 9 of them and it's just easier to do it that way. So this first one is Wrath, and then Papillo, and then Summerfly, and then we have Killing Jar, Delaney, this one right here, Vanish, Disintegration, Shadowbox, and Deathhead. So I'm gonna swatch these in 3s for you. I have Wrath, which is like a burnt orange, almost mahogany color. And then Papillo is a dark shimmery brown, and Summerfly is a metallic gold. So those are those 3. Those kind of give the vibe of like the Ladybird palette, only those were all mattes. So I have Killing Jar, which is like a pink toned champagne, very shimmery. I guess you could almost call that a metallic. Delaney is a dark shimmery taupe. This is much more taupe than the Telepathy color. Then Vanish is a matte tan color. And this one, I will say, has some fallout. It's very soft and blendable, and it's very pigmented, but if you pick up too much, you're gonna get fallout with it. So just a warning on that one. Disintegration is another brown that kind of just made a mess when I went to swatch it. It's a kind of a, this one's hard to describe. It looks like a matte base, but it's got shimmer in it. And I made a huge mess because I put way too much on my hand. But it's like a matte dirt brown with gold shimmer. Hints of gold shimmer anyway. It's not a super shimmery color. We've got Shadowbox, which is a matte deep brown. This one applies a little patchy, I found. You kind of have to... That's definitely a color to pack on more for more intensity. Deadhead. Did I say Deathhead before? It's Deadhead. Is just a matte black, which her matte black was always called Lucifer before. I don't know. It seems the same to me, but I guess they're reinventing the palettes and everything, so. And that is the Monarch eyeshadow palette. So this one, oh, and I didn't even realize on the side it just says a metamorphosis of color. So I guess with the Esperanza palette, they had that Transformer shade that was kind of introducing you to this, because you're supposed to be able to use the 3 base shades and then use all these shades over it if you want to transform them into different shades. So the purple palette is called Chrysalis, I think is how that's pronounced. I actually have shades from this on today. I love this one. Like, I love this one too, but this is just more up my alley. I love purples and blues. And when I first saw this, I definitely got definitely got a hint of like colors that she's had in the past. Like this end of the palette looks like the Metal Orchestra palette that she had that was all blues and grays, and then this end kind of looks like the True Love palette, which was more purples, but they are indeed different colors. So we have Lucid, Lunar Lights, and Lifelike are the three main shades in this palette, the base shades. So Lucid is, again, a light matte cream color. This one is super creamy and easy to work with. It's very light, as you can see, because it's lighter than my pale ass skin tone. Lunar Lights is a very high shimmery off-white color. Lifelike is a very light matte pink with silver shimmers in it. And this is probably the least pigmented out of all these new shadows, but it's still pretty if you're just wanting a light pink shadow like that. For the regular shades, again, I'll swatch them in batches of 3. We have Hybrid Moments, Mezzanine, Transition, Glasswing, Melancholia, Black Milk, Graphic Nature, Entombed, and Torme. And I can hear Aiden waking up from his nap in the other room, so I'm going to have to go take a break and swatch these as soon as I get back. Now on to the swatches. So for these first 3 right here, I actually have these 3 colors on my eyes today, along with, what other one did I use? The Lunar Lights in the middle shade on the top is also on my eyes, but Hybrid Moments is this matte maroon color. This one, I hate this chair, it's gonna make noise every time I bend. This one needs a little help. It kind of has a drier texture, so it doesn't swatch that great, but I have that in the outer corner to kind of darken up my eyeshadow. But yeah, that's not the best shade. Mezzanine is a kind of like a plummy iridescent purple. Really like that one. That's kind of a unique shade. Transition is a mauvey metallic purple. Glasswing is kind of a, it's a matte, really light brown, I guess. I hate when I can't think of how to describe a color. When I have the blog reviews posted, which will eventually be linked below, I'll have the actual color descriptions and everything. So I'm making a mess all over my table. Melancholia is another metallic, very like whoa pigmented shade. It's almost like a bronzy gray color. I would call it a metallic silver, but it's not straight on silver. It's more of like a light pewterish shade. I don't know, another really hard one to describe. I hate when the color name escapes me. And then Black Milk. This one's really cool because it's a very unique shade. It's a matte, light clay gray color. Hold on, that was a crappy swatch because I still had makeup remover on my hand. But this one is very pigmented and creamy, like that, that first cream color. I always get excited about gray eyeshadows because I feel like you don't see them too much, matte grays at least. Like you see silvery grays all the time, but matte grays are kind of hard to come by. And then we have the last 3. These three are like insanely pigmented. Most of these shades in these new palettes are. We have Graphic Nature, which is like a slightly shimmery deep silver, like a gunmetal color, I guess is a better way to describe it. We have Entombed, which is a metallic navy blue. That one there. And Tournay, I hope I'm saying that right, is a matte. You know, I thought this was a navy blue in the palette, but it looks like it's a black again. It definitely, can you see in the palette, it looks like it's a really dark navy blue. When you swatch it, it's almost black. I don't know how the camera's gonna pick it up. It looks like it's picking it up as black, but it looks navy blue in the palette. So, and it looks more blue when I wipe it off on my makeup wipe too, so anyways, if it's blue, it's a really, really, really dark blue. I should have grabbed the list of the actual color descriptions that are on the Sephora site, but like I said, once I do my blog post about these babies, I'm probably going to do 2 separate ones just because with pictures and everything, it makes the posts so heavy, like picture heavy, that it's usually better to do them as separate blog reviews. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that helped some of you decide which one you want to get, or if you want both like I went ahead and did, even though I really didn't need both. I have like this, you guys have seen my Kat Von D collection, and I can't skip a palette because it's like, well, if I skip that one, then it just throws my collection off. That's such a weird way of thinking. I know a lot of you have the same way of thinking, but I'm just blabbing on. So I have to go film a haul video, and I guess I'll do that now, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.